Hello everybody, I'm sorry for the couple minutes I've been late, but it's like everybody went nuts and everything wanted to update. You know, when I learned my lesson, if I don't let it update, things will start going messing up. So hi Adelaide, Rebecca, Sandra, Elaine, thank you for being here. Darla, Karen, Sharon, Ilyanka, and Jessica. And I thought of showing you how to make a really cute brooch for Christmas. And of course you can apply the same design to other pieces of jewelry. And I am going to work this time with Cernit. And by the way, it was a real pain to get it worked with, because I didn't even touch my Cernit metallics that were already cut and in cellophane, and of course I had to work a lot to condition them. And out of all the brands of clay, I find that the Cernit is the worst when, you know, you get it from being too hard. Hi Adrian, hi Karen, hi Amanda, hi Deborah, hi James. Oh, Susan is here, yay. Okay, so I'm going to start with a thick sheet of gold. And you can use the regular gold, you can use the champagne gold, you can use whatever. And of course you can do this with Premo as well. So, to start with, I'm going to first do my pin, just because it's much easier to have it already. And normally I would work it already baked, but this time we are going to go with it raw. And it's up to you, you can just work it all raw, it's not a big deal. Only that when you bake it, you need to put it between two things so that the pin hangs down between the two things. So I'm first stacking just to help me get a block. And this is not, I'm not going to make a base round or oval. This time I'm going to make it kind of rectangular, thin. Hi Hirosuna, hi Carla, hi Silver. So, starting with this, and by the way, you can work this also with white pearl instead of the gold. I just thought that the gold looks a little bit better, and you want to make it fairly thin. Just turn it on the side, because you want it to be kind of barely wider than the pin. And by the way, remember that you can find all kinds of this kind of stuff. This is actually a set with different sizes, so I just chose a longer one. And I'm going to first open it, and as you can see in this set, they don't have the thing that gets them stuck, but it's entirely up to you what kind of pin you want to work with. Make sure that it's relatively flat, and then we'll grab it. And kind of press it in. All right. If you don't feel confident enough to build it like this, you can just do the oval thing, it will still look good. That is not a problem. And let's grab, sorry, wrong tool. Let's grab a little piece of more clay. And you want it to be absolutely unnoticeable here, and the best you do it, the more professional it will look. So very gently feather all this area up. And make sure that you close the pin, because there's a little, if you don't leave this, then the pin will have problems closing. All right, so and then I'm going to go and remember how I was telling you that it's hard to cut perfectly straight when you go from the side, because you cannot go over. And now for my main thing, and you can use a piece of fabric, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just use my texturing sponge. And then start gently pressing it on the edges as well. Okay. Alright, so this should be the base, and everything else will get glued on top of it. Now, you can use a cutter if you want, but I'm going to just free ball it, or maybe I should show you how to use a cutter. So I'm using the water lily one. Did I say hi, Catherine? I did. Okay, so I'm going to give it a cut. And this is just for idea of size purposes, because I'm going to have to cut it once again. And now we are going to create a mica shift without using a texture. So make sure that your pieces are nice and well here, and you can use any kind of sculpting tool. I'm going to use my most favorite one, and you can find stuff like this on my Amazon influencer store in the sculpting tools section. It comes in, I forgot if it's 10 or 12, in a set of 10 or 12, and it's like $10. So it's one of the cheapest sculpting tools ever. And they are actually wax carvers, and sometimes people get them as dentist tools, but they are actually wax carvers. So I have a ton of them because I got the set, and then I got some separate ones as well. And I'm going to go with one that's not very sharp. It's a little bit rounded, and make lines. And they don't have to be absolutely perfect. They will look fine in the end. And the same for this one. And you can make, if you want, you can make regular veins, but I found that these look better like this when you do the mica shift thing. Okay. All right, so this is done. Now let's shave. Remember, for a better result, get some Armor Roll, which is my preferred release agent, and a paper towel, and wipe your blade. The blades that I use for shaving, for mica shift and for mokumegane, as well as for cutting cane slices, it's a set that Trish from PolyClay has, and it's like $4 or $5, $6, that, and you get an 8-inch long and a 4-inch long blade. Give me just a second, let me check, not to give you bad information. It's $4.50. Yeah, it's $4.50, and you get, sorry, you get a set. They come in a set like this, and there's an 8-inch one and a 5-inch one, and they are super sharp, very flexible, and very careful when you first take it out of the holder, because, as I said, they are super sharp. Okay, and then start shaving. I shouldn't have put them this close to each other. Oh well. Okay, see how I'm sliding unnecessarily? Means I need to wipe my blade again. As I said, best blades for this kind of work. Elaine, you're awesome. Okay, let me do this, a little area here. And then, of course, comes the burnishing. So first use your fingers, and I'm going to say it again because there might be new people. Hi Tabitha. Yes, they are awesome. And don't forget, when you buy from PolyClay, to use my affiliate link, because that's how I can afford to do all those awesome giveaways. So you always want to use wax paper, not regular printing paper, because the regular printing paper, the main thing is that you cannot see what's happening, while with the wax paper you can easily see, because the areas where the paper will not be stuck to the clay will appear whiter. So first thing first, press down with your finger, because what you're trying to do when burnishing is to press things down in the existing clay. Then I usually get my tiny acrylic block and again press, because what you want to do is, in case, let me actually zoom in so you can see better what I was talking about with the white. When you see white when you work with wax paper. See these lines here? See how it's white? That means that the wax paper is not stuck to the clay underneath. The same here, right in this little area, the wax paper is not stuck to the clay. One of my cats is crying and I don't know why. And from time to time you need to remove the wax paper, because otherwise the clay will be stuck to the wax paper and be unable to move. Oh yes, and YouTube is not that great when it comes to just notifications. Okay, third step, because first is fingers, then it's acrylic block. Third step is the roller. And with the roller, you don't roll, because when you roll, you're going to move the tiny mica particles that are right under. And this is not something that you'll be able to sand, so because of the shape it will be in. So you want to get your mica particles to stay in place the way they are as much as possible. So just rub. This is what actually burnishing means. So we rub and rub and rub. Until you don't see any more white on the wax paper. And remember, the mica shift effect is more noticeable when raw on Premo, because the Premo translucent clay is quite translucent even in a raw state, while any of the other quality clay brands, it's white when it's raw and it doesn't become translucent until after it is baked. But you'll still be able to see something. So let's go ahead and cut one more time. Hi, Krista. For the next step, what I like to use for this type of work is one of those little pads that are normally used for sugar craft. But if you don't have one of these, a cosmetic sponge is good also. So and normally I tell you to not worry about the very edges, because they can be removed with sanding. But because we are not going to do any sanding, I'm going to get just the little lip here, because everything else is going to get taken care of for the next step, by the next step, in the next step. Okay, so I got these, and then I need a larger, and this should be good. So I'm going to use a larger bowl stylus, and I'm going to consider, because see how the water lily petal is not pointy on this side. It's pointy on this side but not on this side because it's a petal. So I'm going to consider this the base of my leaf. And it's not like it's something that's supposed to be super totally realistic. It's something that's holiday-ish and Christmas-ish. And I'm going to very gently. So first you need your large, and from time to time wipe it with Armor All. Well, Krista, it's okay if you get late, and remember that all these are recorded. I don't delete them after they are recorded, so you can watch them later. And leave about ½ an inch from the end to start this whole thing. Let's do that step on this one as well. So about half of the way, about this much, you put on the clay, because at this point all you want to do is to kind of flatten the edge. Okay, for the next step I need a slightly smaller one. And now we are going to start a little bit of ruffling. Hi Kalyana, I'm good. Yes, it's new people or people who have been lurking. And this time I'm going a little bit extra with it. Remember, you need a very well-conditioned clay for this. I'm not sure if my Cernit was in the end super well-conditioned, but... And I got a Finnegan here. Hi Colleen, how's it going? You guys have snow there? And going back to a smaller one, as this time I want to properly get this. And yes, I know it looks like it's more work than you'd care for, but the result is beautiful, I promise you. Oh, we're gonna have, I think that for the first of the year, give me just a second to check. Yes, I'm gonna be with you on the 1st of January, because that's the first Saturday in the year, huh? With the chat with you. And we are pretty good. If you want, you can make a few more grooves in here, but it's not. That's optional, not mandatory. Okay. Now, the way this is going to be set here. And remember, you need to place it in between things. So I have those tiles. They are small glass tiles, and I just place this thing like this between two of them. But anyway, let me show you how we are going to place these here. What the heck? I think Finnegan was on this table last night again. And now I cannot close the door to my craft room, unfortunately, because the way that my house is should have made them a little bit smaller. So don't go with the bigger ones, because I went with the bigger ones to show you how that looks, how that needs to be done. So go with a smaller one, but it's going to be nice no matter what. And then I'm going to get little bubbles and place it right here, and another little bubble. And don't worry, it will not show. Yeah, water doesn't work, especially, I mean, for the moment it works, but especially if you have any droplet that actually enters the clay, that is going to, look what I did here, that is going to evaporate when baking, and you're going to get a moonie or even a burst bubble. So that's not a good thing. Okay, so what you want to obtain is something smaller than this, because this is too big. It's cold here. Who's in Egypt? Who's in Egypt? Oh, Kanchana's going for Egypt. Okay, so we are going to I'm going to actually get this in here so I can work better with it. So we are going to have this. Next thing, let me get this back where it belongs. And Kanchana can always watch it in replay, but I'm sure that you'll have way more fun in Egypt than we all are going to have here, you know. Then let's grab a little bit of green, and this time I'm going to use the Premo metallic because Cernit doesn't really have a winter green metallic. And I'm going to cut real quick some holly leaves. Just freestyling. They look more like oak leaves than holly, but they will do. And turn it up and stick the tip of it to the gold. So you want it to be well done here, but turn it up like this and stick the tip of it to the gold. Next thing, and here you can choose if you want to use the metallic red or just plain red. And I am going to just use some plain red because the metallic is really overkill for this kind of stuff. Yeah, we are going through a cold snap here. Last night it was supposed to be 21 degrees and it was 17 degrees. And around 3 o'clock I got woken by my kitties. Not by having to go to the bathroom or anything, because they were pacing the house, growling and hissing, and I didn't know what was going on. And then when I got up and I looked, what was going on was that there were 4 stray cats on 4 different windows, on the windowsills outside, snuggled again against the window. So I guess they were cold. Oh goodness, minus 28 Celsius. That's That's either Canada or Alaska. But I don't think I saw Alaska on the deep freeze warning. Okay, now because you don't want to go with these ones being too bunched, grab another little piece of green, make it into a bead, flatten it out, and it's too big. We don't want it this big. It's the whole Christmas looking thing. I don't really care that I have a little bit of contamination because it's going to be covered. And you can do more than one thing here. But let me grab. You can do the black, but you can also use rhinestone. So I got a tiny bit of black. Yes, the damp makes a huge difference. Yeah, 45 is not too bad. We have here, let me check, 41. So, and we are supposed to have below freezing until Tuesday night, but it's going to be well above freezing. Well, don't hex it, Jessica, because you guys have been in so much drought that you definitely need the rain. All right. So 1, and use this to press it down. Let me make sure that I'm visible. Decide where you want to place it. Yes, I know I do have a little bit of contamination, but this is going to get covered, so I don't really care. Keep grabbing the black with my fingers. And as I said, you can use this as well with instead of the gold, use white pearl, and then you can rub some gold mica or wax on the very edges. On this one you can rub some glitter if you want, or wax, of course. Where's my fourth little? I lost a little scrunchie here. Well, Kalyana is the name of my channel. When I chose the name of the channel, I wanted to be something that would be old. And Kalyana in ancient Sanskrit means beautiful and propitious and lucky and you name it. That's why I chose Kalyana. Okay, I think I'm gonna need this just to grab it, and then I can use this to pop it in more. Okay, and then for the next thing, and because scalpy glaze can be baked, if you don't have scalpy glaze you can use gloss on it after you bake it. Let me grab a little. Yeah, I love berries. I like to do berries, and if you haven't seen them yet, remember that I have 2 or 3 tutorials on berry canes. And actually, let me get you on my channel to show you how to see them. Okay, so if you go on my channel and then you go on playlists and scroll down and look for, you know what, I forgot if it's holidays or if it's just Christmas. Winter holidays. And if you go on the winter holidays, I have, this is one, I have a lot of cane tutorials for Christmas. As you can see, poinsettias, and we did little Santa earrings last year. That's one holly berry cane. I like 3 of them. And then there's a tartan cane and some poinsettias and the scarf ring. That this one, the scarf ring, is with whatchamacallit, mica shift, but it's with Premo. Let me get to the end to show you. This is something that works really good for,
But before
oh, shut up. That works really great. It's an older video, so the quality is not super duper. Make sure that you select from the settings here 110. I'm getting to the end. But this is how it looks like, and it's got all mica shift. So there's quite a bit of okay, yeah, I guess we need Hmm. I wouldn't know that. But yeah, I do have a lot of stuff that's based on mica shift. That is true. Why are you crying? Are you bored? Somebody is bored. Come here. Tell people that you are bored. Tell people that you are bored. He is very bored and very adorable. He's the cutest thing in the entire world. Mama loves you. I was too long on this chair and he's getting too bored. Okay. Can I work? Because I need to show people how to do stuff. Can I work? He just wants attention. He wants attention. Okay. Go. Finnegan. Oh, goodness gracious. I sniffed at the same time at the same time I was swallowing my saliva and I got my ears popped. That was funny. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Alrighty. You see. This would be here. And he's super spoiled. He's beyond spoiled. Alright. Now just to make these berries more popping out, we are going to make them shiny. And yeah, I'm sorry guys, but we cannot have bad words on the channel because the way YouTube works now, I might find myself in timeout and I don't want that, you know. I mean, they are getting with the AI is really bad about that. I mean, I can tell you something. I was on timeout for a week on Facebook because I posted, and you know, the video link of a YouTube video of a ballet in which the ballerina was wearing pink leotards, and I was put in timeout because I posted nudity. So whose webpage? My webpage? Yeah, if you go on my channel, directly on my channel in the About tab, you can see all the information that you might want. So, once you are done with it, and you can actually do that before you are done, let me grab something real quick. Just a second. And these you can use before or after baking. They are glitter pens, and you can find them on Amazon, but also Trish has them. I think she has them. She still has them. They are glitter gel pens. Let me see. Yes, she still has them. They are $2 something. She doesn't have all of them. Let's get back to you seeing what I'm showing you. What is it? So this is a red. I have several, but I chose this one, and I'm trying to find. This is a hologram. Let's see if she still has, but she has all kinds of other colors. She's got the glass effect, and I do have something working on with that one. Yeah, she doesn't have the hologram, but you can get the gold or the green or and by the way, she got, I forgot to tell you, she got some new alcohol inks. The brand is Marabou, and there's some glitter one. So as you can see, that there's glitter gold, bronze, green, color shift, and all kinds of other colors. See, pink, green, gold, and so you might want to give it a try. I didn't get any yet, but I plan on my January order to get that. I know, Wendy, right? It was an adult, the ballerina, and it was a famous ballerina. I even forgot that. It was a famous ballerina, and she had a performance. It was related with all the proceeds going towards some kind of foundation, charity, something, you know. I mean, it wasn't like it was something, and it was with a link for donations. Actually, you know what, I'm not gonna put it here. I'm gonna just put it on here so you can see how it looks like. Let me grab my thing back, because I'd rather put it on when it's baked, because of the tip can be a little bit abrasive, but the glitter, the holographic glitter that is in this specific glitter pen is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to have to zoom in so you can see better. Okay. And let me turn off the lights. It's kind of hard to see all the colors, but it's like with blue and green, and it's hard to show on the camera because the camera does a lot of shifting. Let me see if I put a warm color. Let's go with the warm and less bright. Yeah, it's kind of hard to show all the colors. It's a beautiful, beautiful holographic stuff. As I said, the camera doesn't show all the colors. I would have to put a short video with my phone. Depends what you want, Colleen. Hold on, let me go in and I will discuss that with you. I had to separate my and I'm going to separate further the resin because apparently once the list becomes larger than a certain amount of products in it, it's going to stop opening. So I already separated the, where is this one? Where's my Amazon? Okay. Let me open my list and then we can discuss on it. Okay, let's go to the display capture. So, as I said, you'll notice that the resin is separate from the rest. I kind of separated them and I'm still working on it. But going into the resin, and if you look in the description here, first are listed the 2 parts resin, both hard and soft. Also the polyester resin, and then UV resin, hard and soft, then resin colors. So the 2 parts resin, generally speaking, is a casting resin. Now it depends a lot what you want to do with it, because some resin is better for casting purely transparent stuff. Other resin is good for doing petri dish effects. Other resins are good for doing the geode effects. Not all of them are the same. Yes, if you don't have the pens, you can just add some glitter in the varnish and then do that one only on the edges of the leaves. So to explain to you something, because that's what I've been working on, a comparison of various casting resins. I have some hardening in the kitchen, but for example on this one, if you notice, this one is a casting resin that works beautiful for inclusions. Just to cover jewelry pieces, you want the UV resin. Okay, give me just a second to explain this first. So I've been doing some tests, and the review will come. Well, I will show you the difference between a regular casting resin for inclusions and the casting resin that works great for the geode effect. As you can see, this one does not work too good for the geode effect because it's not that type of casting resin. As you can see, the back is no effect whatsoever. While there are some, the ones that I have in the kitchen, they work beautiful for geode effects. But yeah, from the resin, give me just a second. So you want the UV resin. The Ciao Ciao is great. All the other ones are pretty good. I'll tell you what I did not try. I did add it because at one point, remember that there were some supply chain issues, so it was like whatever you can get, right? So this one I did not try, or this one. But pretty much everything else I tried, including the soft resins, because see, like this one, and I think they are out of, it might be unavailable right now. Yes, it's unavailable. I might have to remove it. So these are hards. The hards end with Lisa Pavelkas, and then they are the softs. But my most favorites are the Ciao Ciao and this one with the shamrock on it. This one is great, this one is great, this one is great, this one, let me see, because they have something else on the photo. Yes, this one is great. I did try this one as well. So if you want super domed now, there's ultra dome. Okay, these are made of, let me get it. It's made of this, the Let's resin. It's really good. It makes a lot of bubbles when you first mix it, but all the bubbles go away right after you cast it. All the bubbles go away. It does mix great with liquid stuff. Alcohol, sorry, it does not mix great with liquid stuff, only with powdered pigments. So I've been doing a review on this one, but it's not like the other ones. It does not make a good geode effect. What is that? WSF Tech, what is that? Alrighty, so we are right now, so this is pretty much how you go for it. You can go ahead and do other things, like for example you can poke a few holes, I mean dents, not holes, with the, I need the different one. Oh, and that's not so small. Depends on the size of your rhinestones. You can give it some holes and bake it first and then add the rhinestones, or you can use some metallic wax on them, and I can show you even on the unbaked one. If you use the Opal Magic is transparent, so it will still show the mica shift underneath, but as you can see, this one is the Royal Robe, so it's got like pink and violet undertones. So this is pretty much it. I hope you enjoy, because this is a way of making this type of brooches. And by the way, you can do it also by placing just one of these leaves under it, starting at this end, and then placing the berries on mostly on one end. But this is, you know, fairly nice for a glitter. Yes, glitter. I like glitter. Depends on the glitter, but it's a pain to clean after you use it. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the day after Christmas. We'll see what we're gonna do then. I don't know yet. I'm gonna look in whatever you, because there were some requests, and that was, I went with one of them with a mica shift, and an exotic Christmas wreath would be too long, not just for one thing. And I don't know, I'll have to check on the something, because like Karen asked for something. So I will see you all Sunday. I might pop in on Christmas Day just for celebration, but we'll see how things go. Thank you so much. See you all next Sunday. Have a great, great, great Christmas.